All right, good morning, everyone. We're here for criminal pretrial conferences with unrepresented defendants and those represented by the public defender. We have Ms. Bonilla with the State Attorney's Office with us via Zoom. Good morning. You're on mute, Ms. Bonilla.
Good morning, Judge. I apologize.
All right. We also have Ms. Woodley and Ms. Armpriester with us from the Public Defender's Office. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. We do have a few private attorneys on today's docket also, and I do have 4 people in the courtroom right now. We'll go ahead and take care of those that are in the courtroom first. I'm going to direct them up. When you're directed up, please come up to the podium and state your name. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Robert Henry.
What, last name again?
Henry.
Thank you. All right, this is case number 20 CT 2076. So you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked, second offense. I see you have a driver's license in your hand. I'm assuming that means you got it reinstated. All right, let's take a look at it.
Judge, I am going to verify his license right now.
All right, thank you. All right, the license that he has shown me, Ms. Bonilla, appears to be in good standing.
Judge, the state would like to announce a no cross.
All right, thank you for getting your driver's license reinstated, sir. Because of your compliance with the law, the state has dropped the charge against you and you're free to go. All right, thank you. Have a great day. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Matt Lies.
All right, this is case number 20MM700. So you're here on a charge, 1 count of possession of marijuana, 1 count of possession of paraphernalia. Both of those offenses are first-degree misdemeanors punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. You're here without an attorney. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney? And if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir.
If those of you on Zoom could keep your microphones mute, I'm talking to a defendant in the courtroom. Thank you. All right, and I'm sorry, you understand that? Okay. Ms. Bonilla, it looks like Mr. Baez was offered diversion or failed to complete diversion.
Yes, Judge. The defendant failed diversion on October 26th of this year. I do have an alternative offer. If you could just give me a moment.
Mr. Baez, did you get the community service hours completed? Okay. Ms. Bonilla, if he gets those community service hours completed, will the state still honor the deferment or the diversion?
Yes, Judge, if he can show proof, if that was what was outstanding, and it was just a community service hours, I don't know if he did the substance abuse evaluation or not or whatnot, but if he can show proof of that, then the state will consider the next steps regarding his case.
Is that all you have left to complete?
Yeah.
All right. Do you think you can get that done?
Recently, yes.
What's the alternative offer, Ms. Bonilla?
For both counts, Judge, at this time, for count 1 and count 2, the state's offer at this time is a withhold of an adjudication, $150 fine, 6 months probation where he may early term at 3 months, substance abuse evaluation, follow the recommendations and the required treatment, and court cost and cost of prosecution.
Sounds like you might be better off to complete the terms of the diversion so they drop the charge against you.
Okay.
Would you like a continuance so that you can get that completed?
Yes, please.
All right, any objection to a continuance?
No, Judge, other than I do need proof that I believe that diversion made him do a substance abuse evaluation as well. I would need proof of that because I do not have a copy of that.
All right, any other requirements that you had under the diversion contract you'll need to provide proof for in order for the state to drop the charges against you, okay?
So when would that be?
Your next court date will be January 21st at 9 o'clock. All right, that gives you about 5 weeks to get everything done. Okay?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you back then. Good morning.
My name's Joshua Counts.
Thank you. All right, this is case number 20MM1295. All right, sir, you're here on a charge of petty theft, 2 or more. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. You're here without an attorney. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney? And if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. All right, do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need me to appoint one?
Last time we were here, we were trying to see what the district attorney was trying to offer. I thought he had told me it was the maximum punishment of 60 days in jail, but maybe I misunderstood.
Okay. Well, it's a first-degree misdemeanor, so the max sentence is 1 year. Ms. Bonilla, is there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Judge, just give me 1 moment. For case number 20MM1295, the state's offer at this time, just see if one is in the file, Judge. Okay. 1 moment, Judge, because now I have to find it. For the charge of petty theft, Judge, the state's offer at this time is an adjudication of guilt, $150 fine, 6 months probation. He may early term at 3 months, ACF misdemeanor milepost, no trespass at Bellini's restaurant, and court cost and cost of prosecution.
So it looks like, you know, I may have told you that the maximum sentence was 60 days because originally the state charged you with petty theft, 2nd-degree misdemeanor,
Right.
and they amended the charge
They moved it
to a first degree.
Okay, that's probably what it was. I thought it was a 2nd degree out there. She said one thing in there that I didn't hear. I heard the adjudication, the guilt, 6 month probation. I I got everything else, but there was one thing in there I just didn't know. It's something post or something?
So as a requirement, as a condition of probation, you'd have to complete the ACF milepost program. It's a shoplifter's alternative type program.
Okay. Sounds like, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted
You want to
know.
accept that offer?
Yeah. Sure.
All right, I'm going to give you the bailiff's going to give you a plea form to read, and then we'll call you back up, okay? And a waiver of counsel form. Good morning. Can you tell me your name? All right, this is case number 20 CT 1708. All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked, third or more. That's a first degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you? Okay. Did you get your driver's license reinstated?
No, unfortunately not. I actually have to get a hearing officer, and then it's also like $500 tickets I have to pay, and I can't right now.
Okay. On
I'm
this,
working on it.
I'm sorry?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need me to appoint one to represent you?
I don't need one.
Okay. So you're going to proceed without one?
I mean, I don't have one now. I
Okay.
don't think I would need one.
Okay. Ms. Bonilla, is there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Judge, there is an offer. For the charge of driving while license suspended, third or more, the state's offer at this time is an adjudication of guilt, 10 days jail, court costs, and cost of prosecution.
And if she gets her driver's license reinstated?
Judge, based on the records that we do have at this time, to our understanding, it cannot be fixed based on the driving history. And therefore, even if she still fixes it, the state's offer will remain the same.
Sounds like you might want to get an attorney.
Can't get one time to get my license. Maybe like a month.
So the state attorney just said, that as of right now, even if you get your driver's license reinstated, she's not going to change the offer. Can you afford an attorney? I can.
No, I can't.
Okay. Would you like for me to appoint one to represent you? You don't have to have one, but the offer to resolve your case is jail time.
I just need like 2 weeks to get my license at least.
Okay, but the offer is going to remain the same as what the state just said. Would you like for me to appoint an attorney to represent you who can advise you?
Sure, like. I mean, I guess.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender.
Hi, this is Justina Woodley. If she could go down to the clerk's office to apply for our services and get a continuance to the next pretrial date so she has time to do so and we can review her discovery.
Okay. Any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. We're going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. What I need you to do before you leave the courthouse today is go down to the first floor where it says customer service. Tell them you need to apply for the public defender. Make sure to complete the application and turn it in before you leave. And then if you're approved, what I'd like for you to do is go up to the 5th floor Go to the public defender's office.
I need to write this down.
Okay. And once you go to the public defender's office, let them know that you were just approved for the public defender and you need to make an appointment with whoever your assigned attorney is going to be. It'll either be Ms. Woodley or Ms. Armpriester. Okay?
What's on the 5th floor?
The public defender's office is on the 5th floor. The first floor is where you go to apply. Okay? All right. Thank you, ma'am. If you're approved for the public defender, you won't have to appear in court. Okay? Because I see you're coming from Fort Myers. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, let's recall Joshua Counts. Can you spell your last name?
C-O-U-N-T-S.
Okay. All right. Did you have an opportunity to read the forms?
Yeah, I did. My question was, I thought what she was saying, I'm pleading guilty, or am I allowed to plead no contest?
You're allowed to plead no contest. No contest means you're not admitting guilt, but you believe it's in your best interest.
I just want to talk.
All right, sir, will you raise your right hand to be sworn by the clerk?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Will you state your name for the record?
Joshua Bradley Counts.
And give me one moment. You're here on a charge of petty theft, 2 or more. That's a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. We previously discussed your right to an attorney, and that if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Are you waiving that right today?
Yes.
And you've signed a waiver of counsel form. Is that your signature? Did you understand everything listed on the waiver of counsel form?
Yes.
Did you have any questions regarding it? The state's offer to resolve your case today is an adjudication of guilt. You'd be placed on probation for a period of 6 months. You may apply for early termination after serving 3 months, provided all conditions have been satisfactorily met. A $150 fine would be imposed. As a condition of probation, you must complete the ACF milepost Shoplifters Alternative Program. All court
Sorry,
costs.
Judge. One moment, I apologize, Judge. There is restitution that needs to be owed to the restaurant as well, if I may. The restitution is $1,886.25.
What was it?
$1,886.25.
And what was the name of the restaurant?
Bellini's Restaurant.
Does that change your mind?
That does.
Okay.
I will get an attorney. We'll go ahead and, I apologize.
That's okay. All right. Any objection to a continuance?
No objection, Judge.
All
I
right,
apologize.
I'm going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Try to have an attorney by then. If you can't afford to hire one, you can always apply for the public defender through the clerk's office, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Did you
Good
say
luck to
your
you.
last name was Klein?
No, it's I have two middle names, Brad and Colin. My last name is Kent.
Did you get that, Ms. Benia? Because I noticed that your amended information doesn't have his correct last name on it.
Judge, if anything, I can file an amended information by the end of today with his correct name. Can you spell his correct name one more time?
Counts.
Oh, Count. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. See if a case on this?
I still have about 5 pieces here, but I don't believe it.
Okay. Mr. Kavanaugh, sorry, I thought I was on mute. Okay, good morning.
I have one case, Jose Cordero, 20 CT 2011.
Okay,
In that case, I'm asking for a continuance with a waiver.
all right, any objection, Ms. Benia?
No objection, Judge.
All right, Madam Clerk, let's continue this to January 20th at 9 o'clock. That'll be the private attorney docket.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Kavanaugh. Have a good day.
You too, thanks.
Thanks. All right, do we have any other, I thought I saw another private attorney in the courtroom. Mr. Carney.
Yeah, good morning, Your Honor. Adam Carney at Murderama Law. We've got one case on the docket, and then we're going to ask to cover for Mr. Casassa. So the case that we have is 20 CT 19999, Octavio Ruiz. We're asking for continuance of the waiver.
All right, any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, we'll continue it to January 20th at 9 o'clock. That'll be the private attorney docket.
Thank you, Judge. And then for Mr. Casassa, that's Veronica Colicchio. She has two cases on the docket, 20 MM 1138 and 20 MM 486.
Okay,
Mr. Casassa was hired, and I looked at his notice of appearance filed yesterday. We're just asking for continuance of the waiver on both those cases.
all right, any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, we'll continue both of those cases to January 20th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, Mr. Carney, you too. All right.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is Benjamin Buck on behalf of Sierra Bowers.
All right, give me one moment to pull that case up.
Okay, thank you.
Bowers, case number 20 MM1632. All right, go ahead.
We would, as you just heard repeatedly, we would ask for a continuance and waiver to Judge.
Okay, I see that you just received discovery. Any objection, Ms. Benia?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to continue this case to January 20th at 9 o'clock. That'll be the private attorney pretrial conference.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Benia.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, and do I have any other private attorneys?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Cabrera, I'll let you go first.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Your Honor, I'm not sure if our case is on the docket or not. It's Harold Louise. It's on your CT docket, criminal traffic.
Yes, case number 20 CT 1927.
Okay, on that particular matter, the Barrett Law Group was recently retained as of maybe a couple of days ago. I'm appearing on behalf of the attorney of record, Mr. Barrett. So we are asking for a continuance with a waiver.
All right. I see this case is first time up. Ms. Bonilla, any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, we'll continue it to January 20th at 9 o'clock. That'll be the private attorney pretrial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, and then I think we have one other, Mr. Caseta.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
The case is 2020 CT 2058, Guillermo Santos Garcia. And Your Honor, we would like to request a continuance with a waiver.
Okay, I see this is first time up. Any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue it to January 20th at 9 o'clock. That'll be the private attorney pretrial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
All right. And then did I have any other private attorneys in the courtroom? It doesn't look like. Okay, I'm going to call on the person whose screen name is Anna's iPhone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Ana Vicente.
Judge, I represent Ms. Vicente.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Armpriester.
Your Honor, Ms. Vicente would like
Can
to
you
be
give us the case number?
Yes, Judge, I apologize. 20 CT 1254, Carrie
Thank you.
Armpriester on behalf of Anna Vicente. Judge, she's here on one count of DUI first offense. We've reached an offer with the state. We would like to set this for in-person resolution.
All right. I've got January 29th at 9 o'clock.
That works for us, Judge.
Okay. Any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor.
Wait, did I say, what date did I
You
say?
said January.
I'm sorry, I meant December 29th. I'm stuck on January for some reason.
Ms.
December
Vicente,
29th
is that
at
gonna work for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, December 29th at 9 o'clock for a plea.
Ms. Vicente, that'll be in person here in Collier, so you'll have to come from Miami.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
All right, next I'm going to call on the person whose screen name is Charles Turney.
Justina Woodley on behalf of Charles Turney. This is going to be a bench trial. We just need a date for him.
All right, and Ms. Bonilla, how many witnesses do you expect to call?
One moment, Your Honor. I apologize. I'm looking at my list as we speak.
While we're waiting on Ms. Bonilla.
We only have one witness, Judge, but I am not sure about witness availability at this time. If we can set this for another pretrial, and then I can have witness availability prior to the first cycle of your trial week.
Ms. Bonilla, you're supposed to have witness availability at pretrial conference.
Yes, sir, and I apologize. I just inherited the docket, but that is no excuse. For this particular officer, though, court liaison has not informed us whether he would be available for your first trial cycle.
Well, Ms. Woodley is requesting a non-jury trial, so we can set that whenever I have availability.
That's correct.
Yes, Judge.
How long do you anticipate this non-jury trial to last?
A half a day.
Ms. Bonilla, are you in agreement?
Yes, Judge, I am in agreement based on the nature of the circumstances. I would just ask if you can give me until the first cycle of your docket where we can set this for trial.
Here's what we're gonna do.
The officer's available after the new year. He's not available anytime until after the first of next month, Judge.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set this case for status on Tuesday, December 29th at 9 o'clock.
Sorry, Judge, can you repeat that date one more time?
December 29th. Status. And you both need to have your witness availability. You need to have that for the entire month of January and the second week of February. Any questions?
Judge.
And then we'll pick a date. Okay?
That is fine with the state, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Woodley, is that acceptable?
That's acceptable.
Okay. All right, Mr. Attorney, you can appear, you'll need, actually, you'll have to appear in person for that because I'll have to have you sign a notice of appearance for your trial, okay? Mr. Attorney, are you there?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Yes,
Yeah.
I missed the part where what am I agreeing to, Your Honor?
We're going to have a status conference on December 29th where we're going to pick your trial date. So I'll need you to appear in person on December 29th, okay?
Very good. Thank you very much, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Attorney. Okay. Let's go to person whose screen name is Michael Avakian, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And this is case number 20MM1395. Give me a moment to pull that case up. All right, sir, you're here on a charge of possession of paraphernalia. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. You understand you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me a moment to look at your case here. Looks like you were offered diversion.
Yes. I thought I was going to receive that offer and then request a public defender if that didn't work out or wasn't something I could do. And I guess the public defender never got assigned. I know I filled that paperwork out the night I was arrested, I believe. And I ended up calling the state attorney by accident. But I'm wondering if that information, the offer for diversion, is something I can get myself, or is that something that has to be requested by the attorney, and therefore I have to get the public defender? I don't really want to waste the resources and time. It's not necessary.
So I don't see where you've ever applied for the public defender. I don't see an application in the court file, and the clerk is in agreement. You do not need to have a public defender or an attorney to enter diversion. What you need to do is contact the county probation office and set up a time to meet with Mr. Cruz, who is the director of that program.
Okay.
Okay.
And then will they provide details? I mean, I understand the gist of diversion, but will they provide me all the information so that I can accept?
Yeah, and I think you just went on mute.
Is that how that works?
It is. And Mr. Avakian, I hope you're not driving.
No, sir. I'm sitting parked in the car.
All right. Okay. Yes, they will provide you with all of the information as it relates to the diversion program once you meet with Mr. Cruz.
Okay. And then if that's something I cannot do, then I would proceed with the attorney, correct?
Correct. But you'll need to apply for the public defender if you wish to proceed with that route.
Okay. Right. Understood.
All right. So are you requesting a continuance so that you can meet with Mr. Cruz to discuss the diversion program?
Yes, please, Your Honor, if that would be acceptable.
All right. Ms. Bonilla, any objection?
Objection, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Make sure you contact county probation and set up a meeting with Mr. Cruz prior to that date, okay?
Yes, sir. Absolutely will.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you back then. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, let me go to the person whose screen name is Florette Khan.
Hello,
Hello, can you tell me your name?
David Norris, Your Honor. I'm on my aunt's computer.
Okay, that's no problem. All right, and Ms. Armpriester, this is your client. Case number 20MM408.
Yes, Your Honor, I represent Mr. Norris. If he recently had some cases in Lee County resolved, we have an offer that can run with that set of probation. I just need to speak with him. But I believe we could set this for your 12/29 plea date. And if there's any issues, I can move it from that date. But I do believe we have a resolution that we can effectuate on that date.
All right, Ms. Bonilla, any objection to setting it on the criminal status docket for a plea?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, sir, we're gonna set your case on December 29th at 9 o'clock. Make sure to stay in contact with Ms. Armpriester before then, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, Ms. Armpriester and Ms. Bonilla.
Sure,
All right.
Your Honor, would you mind if I confirmed my client's telephone number briefly?
Go ahead.
Sir, is it 305-965-5859?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to call you immediately after court, probably by 11, so please plan to pick up then.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Norris.
Thank you, Mr. Judge Blake.
All right, I'm gonna call on the person whose screen name is Ivan's iPhone.
Hello,
Hi, can you tell me your name?
my name is Ivan Moreno.
All right, this is case number 20CT878 with Ms. Armpriester.
Yes, Your Honor. If we could continue this to the next pretrial.
For what purpose?
Judge, I've recently received some other discovery. This is potentially a trial posture case.
All right, so you need to disclose that discovery to the state?
No, Your Honor, I recently received it,
Oh, you received discovery from the state.
and I need to go over it with my client.
All right, any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection to a continuance, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Moreno, we're going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Make sure to stay in contact with Ms. Armpriester so she can review that discovery with you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Call me today, Mr. Moreno.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. All right, we have a couple of people that are in the courtroom that I'm going to call on. What was the last name? Thank you. All right, this is case number 20CT1850. All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked second or more. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Have you been able to get your driver's license reinstated?
Well, I should get it tomorrow.
Okay. Ms. Bonilla, if Ms. Howenstein, am I correct? If Ms. Howenstein gets her driver's license reinstated, will that improve her offer?
It will improve her offer, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Would you like a continuance so that you can get your driver's license reinstated? Well, would you like for me to continue your case?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Try to have your driver's license reinstated by then, okay? All right, thank you, ma'am. Good morning, will you tell me your name? Can you tell me your name again?
Norma Lopez Garcia.
All right, this is case number 20 CT 2010. Ma'am, you're here on a charge of driving without a valid driver's license. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 60 days in the county jail.
Judge, I'm sorry, do you have a case number again?
20 CT 2010.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, ma'am, that's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 60 days in the county jail. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire one, I would appoint one to represent you. Are you able to obtain a valid driver's license?
No.
All right. Ms. Bonilla, is there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Judge, for case number 20 CT 2010. The offer at this time on behalf of the state is diversion, but should she fix her license status, the offer may improve.
All right, Ms. Bonilla.
I would rather pay a fine if I have the opportunity.
Ms. Bonilla, is there an alternative offer?
There is an alternative offer, Your Honor. 20 CT 2010. The alternative offers a withhold of an adjudication, court cost, and cost of prosecution.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, how much would court costs and cost of prosecution be?
$220 for costs and $150 for cost prosecution.
So 270.
Okay.
Ma'am, the offer from the state to resolve your case is a withhold of adjudication. All court costs, including cost of prosecution, would be imposed, and I would give you 90 days to pay those costs.
Okay.
Do you wish to accept that offer to resolve your case today?
And what do I have to do? Yeah, I'm willing to pay, yes.
All right. So if you want to accept the offer, we're going to give you a plea form and a waiver of counsel form to read, and then we'll call you back up. Okay? All right, we'll recall your case. All right, let's go back to Zoom. Let me call on the person whose screen name is Michael Pearson. Mr. Pearson, are you there? All right,
Hello?
All right, there you are. Okay. Good morning.
I gotta figure out how to work this.
All right, this is case number 20MM945 with Ms. Armpriester.
Yes, Your Honor. Carrie, I'm prisoner on behalf of Mr. Pearson. Your Honor, we have been able to have contact with him. This is a case that we are seeking a next pretrial on. He has had to go out of town due to the coronavirus, but he is working on getting back to defend this case. I have spoken to the state about Mr. Pearson's situation.
All right. And what are you requesting?
A continuance to the next pretrial in January 21st.
All right. Ms. Bonilla, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Pearson, we're going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Make sure to stay in contact with Ms. Armpriester before that date, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you, Ms. Priester.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to call on the person whose screen name is Nancy.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me your name?
Nancy Kirshner.
All right, this is case number 20MM1652. Give me a moment to pull up your case.
No problem.
All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of 1 count of possession of marijuana and 1 count of possession of paraphernalia. Each
Yes,
of those
sir.
counts is punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Do you understand you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes.
All right. Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need me to appoint one to represent you?
If I could get one to appoint me, that would be, or if you could get one to appoint me, that would be awesome.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender. Ms. Armpriester or Mrs. Woodley?
Your Honor, at this time, if we could continue to the next pretrial for her to be approved for the public defender, either myself or Ms. Woodley would be appointed to the case. So we'll just continue it to the 121 now.
All right. Any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Kirchner, we're going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. What I need you to do before then is to apply for the public defender.
Okay.
You can do that by going to the clerk's website and downloading a copy of the application for indigent status, completing that form and sending that back to the clerk's office, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, and you need to do that as soon as possible so that you get a permanent appointment of the public defender before your next court date.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too, thank you.
All right, next I'm going to call on, looks like Stephanie Violet, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Judge, I represent Ms. Violet. I see that she's on the line. However, I've not been able to make contact with her. The number,
Violet, Your Honor.
You mean him?
Stefan Violet, yes, Your Honor. The number I have says that it's not in service and the state's offer involves jail time. So I would ask to get a valid number to speak with him. And if the court and the state will indulge me with a continuance to the January 21st date, that will give me opportunity to speak with him.
Mr. Violet, do you have a phone number for your attorney, Ms. Armpriester?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you provide that to her now?
Yes, it's 720-415-1226.
720-415-1226.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Violet, are you still residing in Denver?
Yes, Your Honor.
On Champa Street?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just making sure we have your correct address. Did you get a driver's license?
I'm still working on it, Your Honor. Their offices are.
You don't have to tell me
closed.
anything else. I just was
Okay.
curious.
Right.
Okay. Ms. Bonilla, any objection to a continuance?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Violet, we're going to continue your case to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Make sure to stay in contact with Ms. Armpriester before then, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Let's recall Norma Lopez Garcia, case number 20 CT 2010. Ma'am, will you raise your right hand to be sworn by the clerk?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes.
Yes.
And will you state your name again for the record?
Norma Lopez Garcia.
Norma Lopez Garcia.
Thank you. Ma'am, the offer to resolve your case today is a withhold of adjudication. All court costs, including costs of prosecution, would be imposed. I would give you 90 days to pay those costs. If you needed more time than that, you'd have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. Do you have any questions about the offer?
No.
Did you understand the offer?
Yes.
All right. And did you have enough time to review the waiver of counsel form and the plea form?
Yes.
Did you have any questions about anything on these forms?
No.
And as it relates to the waiver of counsel form, you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes.
And you're waiving your right to have an attorney represent you today?
Yes.
And this is your signature on the waiver of counsel form?
Yes.
All right. Are you pleading no contest?
Yes.
All right. And I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
And you're currently utilizing the services of the court interpreter. Have you understood everything that he said?
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on this plea form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Are you suffering from any mental illness?
No.
Ms. Bonilla, do you have any additional questions?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the case file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest, withhold adjudication, impose all court costs, including costs of prosecution, and give you 90 days to pay. We'll have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. All right, let me go to, I don't know if Ms. Woodley or Ms. Armpriester wants to go first.
Judge, if we want to take it alphabetically, that's fine with me.
First one, the docket would be Pedro Acosta Castillo, 20mm1017. We are ready for trial. Do you have a status date in January for the February 2nd trial date?
So what we're doing, as you all, I'm sure are aware, we've been authorized to have trial the first week in February. As such, we are going to put all cases that are ready for trial on the next pretrial conference. You'll need to have your witness availability and or have your witnesses subpoenaed for the week of February 1st by that date. Questions about that? And then any cases that are still ready for trial will set on, from the pretrial conference date, we'll set on the criminal calendar call of February 1st at 9 o'clock.
Understood.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, all right. Ms. Bonilla, any objection to continuing this case to January 21st and potentially setting this case for trial?
No objection, Your Honor. I just ask that the attorneys of record please do email me and get with me so that I can work with them on these cases. And hopefully we can try to resolve prior to the next pretrial conference.
Right.
If you have a new offer, certainly please email it to me.
All right, we'll continue it to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Yes, right.
Daniel Barkle, 19 CT 2930. I'm not sure if it's still showing up on your docket, but he was moved to the 29th of this month and is going to be set for an in-person plea.
All right, it is still on today's docket. Any objection to December 29th for a plea?
No, Judge.
All right, Madam Clerk, let's continue to December 29th at 9 o'clock for a plea.
Darren Burlett has two cases, which are 20mm1021 and 20mm1022. I got an offer from Mr. Stewart, and I have been in contact with Mr. Stewart about this. This is going to be a plea in absentia, and if I can have a continuance to get the paperwork sent to him.
Okay. Do you want to set it on the 19th for a plea in absentia? That would be our criminal motion date.
Was it the 19th or the 21st?
Well, the 21st is pretrial.
If I could have it set to the 21st, just because mail's been a little bit slower. I don't want to.
Give you 2 more days.
Yeah, it's not much, but you never know with certified mail.
Any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Carlo
For both
Charlotte
cases.
for both cases.
Okay, go ahead.
Carlos Charlotte in 20mm1331. This is going to be a bench trial. We just need a date for this.
How many witnesses do you expect to call, Ms. Bonilla?
I'm expecting to call one witness, Your Honor. Once again, witness, I believe the witness is available. So if we can set this after the new year, that would work for the state.
Ms., how long do you anticipate this trial to be?
A half a day. It shouldn't take more than that. It's going to be in Creole, so we'll have to factor that in, but it still shouldn't be more than a half a day.
All right, so why don't we do the same as we did with Mr. Turney's case? Let's set this for status on December 29th at 9 o'clock. Make sure to have your witness availability for all of January and for the second week in February. And we will pick a date on January 29th to set this for trial. Once we have a trial date picked, Ms. Woodley, you'll have to remember to contact the interpreter's office to make sure that we have interpreters for the trial.
I will.
So that means, and I have some interpreters in the courtroom here today. I believe they have to give 2 weeks notice for trial. Is that correct?
That would be ideal, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So we won't plan on having the trial at least 2 weeks out from the 29th. Okay.
Understood.
Of course, we'll have to look at my calendar.
Yes, Judge, and also for this particular case, I just received notification from court liaison that this officer will not be available until February. He's not available until February 2nd. So once again, if we can set it for a time after that, that would be great.
Okay. We'll maybe have witness availability for all of February also, because February actually, I have a lot more open calendar dates than January.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so December 29th at 9 o'clock for status.
Kevin Cruz Micah.
Hang on, the clerk is talking to me.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Ms. Woodley, we're showing that this is already set for a non-jury trial.
What would be the date that you have down?
December 28th at 1:30.
Oh, perfect.
It looks like we set this back in November for December 28th at 1:30 for a non-jury trial. Ms. Bonilla?
Judge, the state is not ready for trial.
Well, we certainly are ready for trial, and I'm asking you stick with the December 28th.
Well,
Judge, we cannot stick with the date if our witness is unavailable to testify.
That seems like a state's problem, but we're ready.
well,
Judge,
you
the state is not ready.
have you already obtained your interpreters?
I believe I
Doesn't
need at
appear that
least
you knew that we were going to have trial on the 28th. So we're going to go ahead and continue this case to December 29th at 9 o'clock for a status, and make sure to have your witness availability for January and February to set this case for trial.
Thank you, Judge.
Madam Clerk, if you'll cancel the December 28th at 1:30. Thank you. Okay.
So that would bring us to Kevin Cruz Micah in 20 CT 1831. I did email Mr. Stewart. So Ms. Bonilla, if you're fine with the buyout option for community service, we could set this for a plea. I'm not sure if the notes are in there from Mr. Stewart or not. I didn't get an email back.
The state has no objection to the buyout.
All right, appreciate that. So if we can set this for a plea date, or I could just contact your JA and set that up, that's fine too.
Will this be in person?
In person.
You want to set it for December 29th?
That December 29th works.
All right, December 29th at 9 o'clock for a plea.
Thank you. And next would be Tavian Dorsey, and he has two cases, 20 CT 1805 and 20 MM 1650. In the second case, case, I did file an ADR. I do need discovery, so I'm asking for a continuance on that. And as well as I'm asking for continuance on the no valid driver's license, the first case, he is working on that. This is the first time up on this.
All right. Any objection to a continuance on both cases, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Madam Clerk, we'll continue both cases to January 21st at 9 o'clock. All right, Ms. Woodley, let me turn to Mr. Clark Good morning, Mr. Clark.
Morning, Judge. Can you hear me?
All right. I can hear you.
Okay, just want to make sure the audio is working.
All right. Looks like you have a couple cases on the docket, a few.
Yes, Judge. Would you like me to read them off?
Go ahead.
Okay, the first one's Ete Cisneros Castillo, 20 mm 971.
Okay.
In this case, Judge, I'm not sure if I received an offer in it. Ms. Bonilla's notes may say otherwise, but since there's been a change of prosecutor, I'm not sure if, I don't see anything other than the previous prosecutor's emails. So I need to get an offer on that, and then I need to be able to convey that to my client.
Mr. Clark, if you can send me an email, I do not have a notice of appearance on the record in our file for you. So if you can just send me an email of what you need, I can have that to you before noon.
Okay, no problem. Next one, Judge, I was just recently appointed as of yesterday to Patrick Michael Flynn, 20 mm 1450.
Hang on.
I'm sorry.
So are we continuing that to the next pretrial?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Judge. That would be our request.
Okay. You want private attorney docket? Is that what we put yours on yesterday?
Or what are we on now? Public defender docket?
Yeah, I think we put them on the private attorney docket.
Judge, just if that was probably a mistake. If we could just put this on the PD docket, that would be great. If we could just.
Okay. All right. January 21st at 9 o'clock then.
Right. Thank you. Sorry, Judge.
Okay.
Jumping ahead. Again, Judge, the next one is Patrick Michael Flynn, 20 mm 1450.
Okay.
And Judge, I was just hired yesterday on this case. You may see that there's some correspondence to Your Honor in the court file. There are some medical issues with Mr. Flynn, pretty severe ones. I've been in contact with his family, and I also basically trying to get this completed via plea in absentia.
Okay.
So I am going to ask for the next pretrial conference date, and I will get with Ms. Bonilla if she's available later on today, so I can just nail down the terms of the offer, and then I can get that plea in absentia out, and hopefully I can get that get all that completed by the next court date.
Okay. Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right. January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Very well. Next one. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, no, good, too bad. The next one is Caridad Santala, 20 CT 94 and 20 mm 82.
Okay.
Those two cases, Judge, I'm in a similar situation as the first, where I need the offers on that, unless Ms. Bonilla can tell me otherwise. I don't believe I got offers on that.
Would you like the offers indicated to you on the record, Mr. Clark?
No, it's fine. I can send you an email on it. I wasn't sure if you had sent it already. I don't believe I have them, so that's why I would be asking for the continuance.
It shows me here that the offer was sent 2 months ago, but I can resend it to you.
Okay, very well. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Judge, if we could have the next pretrial conference so I can get those offers all straightened out and speak to the client.
Any objection?
Judge, the state has no objection to a continuance.
All right, we'll continue both cases to January 21st at 9 o'clock. Mr. Clark, I am going to have the clerk mark final continuance on these cases as they're over a year old.
That's fine, Judge. I have to indicate to you, I've had no contact with her. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult in these times, so I couldn't tell you at this point whether or not I was in a trial posture or not.
Okay.
But I'll do my best to get to the bail bondsman so I can find out where they are, or she is.
Very good. All right, thank you.
And then finally, Judge, it looks like I was just appointed to a Michael Odolph Stokes, 19 CT 1669.
Right, I think I just signed that recently.
Yes, Judge. So I would ask for the next pretrial conference for purposes of doing a conflict check on this. It seems like I feel that there may be one based on my my prior representations.
Okay.
But,
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor. I just ask that this be the last continuance. We're going on 2 years with this case.
Well, I'm not going to mark it final continuance yet, okay?
No problem, Judge.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
That's all I show, Judge, unless you see another case that I was appointed to.
All right, let me take a look. Nope, looks like that's it.
Very well. All right, Judge, if I don't speak to you, have a Merry Christmas. If I do, I'll be wishing you yet another one.
All right, thank you, Mr. Clark. Merry Christmas to you too.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bonilla.
All right, let's go back to Ms. Woodley and Ms. Armpriester.
I believe Ms. Woodley still had some cases before we got to mine on the E's, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah, we're up to Saul Flores Silva. Yes, 19 mm 2445. If we could set this for a plea, we have reached a resolution. I have a new offer.
All right, in person?
In person.
You want to do December 29th?
December 29th works.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, December 29th at 9 o'clock for a plea.
And that would bring us to Brian Jackson, 20 mm 1424. If I can get a continuance to the next pre-trial in January, I did just get the discovery on the 15th that I need to review with him.
You're
Judge,
requesting.
no continuance. I mean,
right.
sorry, Judge, no objection to a continuance.
All right. All right, we'll continue it to January 21st at 9 o'clock.
And Joseph Lehman, 19 CT 1849. I'm looking for an expert in this case if I can get a continuance to the January 19th date.
Is this one where we already,
This is the motion in limine that we did.
okay. What kind of expert?
A potentially, most likely a nurse or a doctor, depending on funds, most likely a nurse it'd be.
Did you already submit your funds request for an expert?
I am currently talking to 2 different people, and once the other one gets back to me, then I will be submitting the request.
And Mr. Darrow is aware of this?
Yes.
Okay. Any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
Judge, just that Ms. Woodley disclosed that expert when it is determined what expert she will be using for the case.
At this time, I'm not aware, but once I do, I certainly will disclose that.
All right, we'll continue it to January 21st at 9 o'clock. This was Lehman, yes.
Alex Lopez, 20 mm 1237. If I can get a continuance to have my investigator reach out to him.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Judge, before we continue on with the L's, could we try to stay alphabetical and go with Ronald Emmanuel?
However you and Ms. Woodley would like to handle it.
That's fine.
All
Your
right,
Honor,
so Ronald Emmanuel.
19 mm 1855.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have not been able to make contact with him. I do believe that this is a trial case if I'm able to have contact with him, so I'm not sure how the court wants to handle the issue of a continuance.
All right, why don't we set it for December 29th for a status, defendant's presence required. If it's going to, and you should both have your witness availability for January and February in case we set it for a non-jury trial. If we're going to set it for a jury trial, then we'll continue it to the pretrial conference. Any objection to that, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, so.
Your Honor, if I am able to make contact with my client and work something out with Ms. Bonilla, will the court accept either a stipulation or may I contact the JA to move to a different date if appropriate?
No,
Okay,
they'll need to appear in person.
I
on
will.
the 29th.
I will make sure that that happens to the best of my ability.
And if you get a resolution and want to resolve it, we'll accept a plea.
Next would be Mr. Fontanez Alvarado, Hector Luis, 20mm 685. Judge, I'm seeking a continuance to the next pretrial. Our investigative team was recently able to get the updated contact information for him. He does require a Spanish interpreter, so speaking with him has been quite a challenge. If we could have that next date, I believe I'll be able to have something worked out. The offer's relatively fair in this case.
All right, any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Next would be Isaiah Central Fulton, 20mm 1233. Judge, he told me yesterday that he signed up for diversion. If we could have a control date.
I think he's probably already fallen off. What was the case number again?
20mm 1233.
Yes, he has already signed up for diversion and he has a control date for diversion in May.
Wonderful. Next is Jose Luis Garcia Garcia. Judge, he's in custody, speaks Spanish. Case numbers 20 CT 917. I have been in touch with him. We would like to leave this in trial posture. I am working on a motion to suppress if I could have the next pretrial date.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock. And Ms. If you get that motion filed, let's try to hear it before then if I have a date available.
That is my goal, Judge.
Okay.
For next would be Angelo Gutierrez, 20 CT 1514. Your Honor, there is a hefty jail offer on this. My client is trying to work on his license. If we could have a continuance for me to mitigate down the jail offer or for him to get a license, I think Ms. Bonilla and I could work out a better resolution.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Judge, next I have Ms. Dee Dee Habedank, 20mm 622. Your Honor, I need to get a plea offer from the state on this. I also might have a potential motion to suppress. Ms. Habedank did call me this morning from home. She's sick with pneumonia. That's why she's not on the Zoom call. If we could have the 121 date, please.
Any objection?
No objection. Mrs. Armpriester, or Madam PD, the plea offer was sent to you yesterday as per your request.
Okay, I will sift through that and get it done.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock. And that's probably one, if you do get a resolution, it'll probably have to be a plea in absentia because if I recall, she lives out of state.
Yes. Judge, next is Timothy Green Hayes. Your Honor, I'm working on negotiating this with Ms. Bonilla. If we could have the next pretrial date, I think we will be able to get somewhere on this.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Next is Mr. Hill, who is in custody. Your Honor, I do believe Ms. Bonilla sent me, 20 CT 1363 and 20 CT 2156. Your Honor, he recently picked up that later case number. I'm not sure if both have been assigned to you, as you do have the earlier case number, and I'm working on getting a global offer for him.
They are both assigned to me.
I'm sorry.
They're both assigned to me. They're on today's docket.
Okay, great. Judge, if we could have the next pretrial, or we could set him on the 29th, actually, that would be fine.
What would be the purpose of setting it on the 29th?
I'm hopeful by then I'm able to get a global offer from the state so that we could attempt to resolve both cases that might potentially get him out of custody.
Well, since he's in custody, he would need to be set on a 215 docket for a plea.
Yes, Judge. Then if we just want to continue him for purposes of docket cleanliness for the pretrial on the 21st, and then once I get that global offer from Ms. Bonilla, I can set him on a 215.
Okay. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue both cases to January 21st at 9 o'clock.
And I'll turn it back to Ms. Woodley until the ends.
Go. So next we got Lucas and 20mm1128. We're ready for trial.
Jury trial?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Bonilla, any objection to continuing to January 21st with anticipated setting for trial?
Yes, Judge. By then I will have my witness availability for this particular officer.
All right. January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Christopher Rodriguez, 20CT1825. If I can get a continuance, he is working on getting his driver's license.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Rojas Garcel, 20mm1067. If we could set this for a plea, but not the 29th, I do need a little bit more time discussing this with him. This should be a plea.
I'm not going to set anything that should be a plea.
Well, let me rephrase that. He would like to accept the plea, but I do want to go over a few other things with him. So the 29th, I just am asking for a little bit more time. But he has said he wants to accept this plea.
Judge, if I may, if we can set this for the pretrial conference on January 21st, then hopefully Ms. Woodley will have had time to speak to her client. And should she decide to set it at an earlier date, she can either put it on the 215 docket.
Is he in custody?
No, he's not in custody. And
Then-
if I can respond.
Well, why don't we, I'm in agreement that it sounds like there might be some things you still need to work out. So why don't we continue it to the next pretrial? Once you've had an opportunity to speak with your client and he's ready to accept the offer, then you can contact my judicial assistant and set it on an earlier date. Is that acceptable?
We have been in contact, Your Honor, numerous conversations. But I do understand the concern. So no, that's fine. January 21st.
Okay. All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Sarah Ryan does have two cases, 20CT2113 and 20MM1478. I have a Daubert motion filed and a hearing set for January, I believe the 29th. So if I can get a continuance to have that hearing heard.
Judge, if would you be willing to do the pretrial conference after the motion is heard, Judge?
Yes.
That makes sense.
All right, so let's continue both cases to January 29th at 9 o'clock. So we'll have the pretrial conference then.
Michael Stokes, 19CT1669. Is that coming up still in my name or is that regional counsel?
Mr. Clark already.
Okay. Next would be Kenneth Tanksley, 20CT271. If I can get a continuance, I am obtaining medical records or I'm waiting for medical records for him.
Isn't that why you requested a continuance last time?
No, I just learned about his medical records as of last week.
Okay. Any objection, Ms. Bonilla?
No objection, Your Honor, but I will ask that this be the last continuance. We're approaching almost a year on this case.
Any response?
This is likely going to be a trial, so I would ask that it wouldn't be a final continuance. In all candor, I really doubt this is going to be a plea. So I would ask that it's not marked as a final continuance, because once I get the medical record, this might be a situation where I'm going to have to ask to hire an expert to have them at least look evaluated.
Judge Maris, or
yes, Ms. Bonilla?
Judge, defense counsel has had almost a year to review this case and to do what she needed to do at this time. Just for the docket sounding itself and for court posture, I ask that this case, this be the last continuance. And if we need to set it for trial, Judge, we set it for trial.
Well, she actually hasn't had a year. The public defender was only appointed in June, so part of it was the defendant's fault as to why this has taken so long. All right, we'll continue it to January 21st at 9 o'clock. I'm not going to mark it as final continuance yet, but you should probably be prepared for that next time, Ms. Woodley.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Tom Tredis, 20MM1230. He is now out of custody and doing well. He is being referred to mental health court, and we're pending the approval on that. We haven't heard back whether he has in fact been approved for that specialty court, so I'd ask for a continuance since we're waiting to hear back.
Ms. Woodley, back in September, I signed an order appointing experts to evaluate the defendant to determine competency. Where are we with that?
He was found competent.
Did I receive a copy of the competency?
I believe the doctor emailed it to your JA, or I emailed it to your JA. I can double check on that just to be sure.
TRET. Spell the last name for me. All right, I
can send another copy if you don't.
Because I don't see one in the court file.
I'll send another copy over if I did, or if I didn't, then I will send it over.
And wouldn't we need to do an order finding him competent then?
I will prepare that.
Okay. All right. If you'll send that to my judicial assistant. All right. And you're requesting the next pretrial?
Yes, the January 21st, pending the status of the mental health courts.
Okay. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. January 21st at 9 o'clock.
And then Timothy Unstifer, 19MM1933. He has a appointment with diversion with Mr. Cruz on January 4th. He had called before to set up an appointment and left voice messages, but was unable to. He does work a lot of hours and was calling, I believe, at like 4 p.m. When Mr. Cruz wasn't available. So he finally did get through and does have an appointment January 4th to see Mr. Cruz and sign up.
So,
We can have a continuance that should fall off the docket as of January.
all right. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor, although I will request of the court and Madam PD that her client sign up for diversion definitely by January 4th before the pretrial conference date.
That's the plan.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
And that's all my clients, if I could be excused.
All right, thank you, Ms. Woodley.
Thank you. Have a good day. See
All
you
right,
later.
thank you, you too. All right, Ms. Armpriester.
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry about that. I was hoping to go in alphabetical order, but it looks like it got messed up. No worries though.
Okay.
Does anyone recall where we left off, or does Your Honor know where we're at on the docket? I believe we're at the M's.
I'm showing, if we're going alphabetically, your next case is Jeffrey Matter.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Matter's actively working on his license. If we could have the next pretrial.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, next is Humberto Morales, 20 CT 1321. Your Honor, if we could leave this in trial posture, Mr. Morales and I are going to be reviewing the dash cam together. Unfortunately, due to scheduling, it looks like I have to wait until after the Christmas holiday to schedule that. So if we could have the pretrial of 121, that would be great.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
We've already handled Mr. Moreno Mendoza. Next is Kimber Mullins, 20 MM24. Your Honor, if we could leave this in trial posture for the next cycle.
Any objection?
Will this be set for docket sounding, Judge, or is she asking for a pretrial conference?
I'm asking for a pretrial conference, but I was trying to inform the state that this might be a trial case. It's looking that way.
If that's the case, Your Honor, we're looking at this case for over almost a year. I'd ask that this be the last continuance granted, Judge.
All right.
Judge, the only reason I would object to this being a last continuance is last time when I was with the case, Ms. Kimber was very sick, so we've kind of missed out on some valuable time. But I do understand the state and the bench's concern as this case is getting old. I'm just asking for a little bit of a grace period given her health and the situation.
Well, I'm going to continue it to January 21st at 9 o'clock. I am going to have the clerk mark this as final continuance. Obviously, if you need to file a motion to continue with an affidavit from the defendant pursuant to the Florida Rules of Criminal Procedure, you may do so and the court will consider it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor. Next would be Jeffrey Joseph Nickel, 20 MM 1479. Judge, I need a continuance to the next pretrial. I recently just got his correct contact information and I need to discuss his case. He is being offered a withhold.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Next would be David, sorry, we already called Mr. Norris. Nicolin Norman, 20 CT 1496. Your Honor, she's working on her driver's license. She made a payment yesterday and she's going to be making another payment tomorrow. If we could have another continuance, hopefully by January 21st, she'll be able to show much more substantial progress.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Next is Edna Pena. Your Honor, she has a pending felony. I know I just recently got a plea offer on this particular case. Yeah, recently. If we could have a next continuance, please.
And you know that she's in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, next on my list is Eimer Felix Perez Morales, 20 CT 1135. Your Honor, I believe he's also in custody. If we could, or no, I'm sorry. I've been attempting to locate him. I've not been able to reach him.
So you want to continue it to the next pretrial?
I would ask the court to grant a continuance, yes.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor. The state would just ask that if he does not show up or if contact is not made by the next pretrial, that the court would consider issuing a bench warrant just so that we can get this case resolved.
Well, I can't issue bench warrants at pretrial conferences pursuant to the Chief Judge's orders.
Understood, Judge.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Judge Jean-Pierre Charles, 19 CT 1579, no valid license. Your Honor, he presented to the state last evening a valid license.
Judge, the state would like to announce a no pros.
In case number 19 CT 1597.
Yes, Judge, I apologize.
All right. All right.
Next is Cameron Polanese, 20 MM 1193. Judge, last I heard he had signed up for diversion.
Wait, who are we on?
Cameron Polanese.
What's the case number?
20 MM 1193.
I'm guessing they did because I don't see it on the docket.
That means he got signed up for diversion.
He did get signed up for diversion. He has a control date of May 13th.
Next is Marisol Valdez, 20 CT 1481. Your Honor, she was in my office this morning to give me her contact information. She only has a home phone. There is a jail offer on this and she's not in custody. If I could have the next continuance to negotiate further with Ms. Bonilla.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Next on my list is Matthew Michael Williams, 20 MM 353. Your Honor, I recently received the video. I've just not been able to get a phone call back, but I do have a valid number. If I could have the next pretrial.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Next is Justin Wimmer. He was present this morning, 20 MM 953. Judge, if I may make inquiry of the state. Madam State, I filed an ADR on 11/12/20. Do you have any update on that?
As indicated in the email sent to you yesterday, Madam PD, I just made the request. Unfortunately, I did not.
You didn't tell me. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I just want to state it on the record, like we agreed to yesterday. I did make the request. If you can just give me until next week, I can.
That's no problem.
Getting you what you need.
I actually completely forgot about that conversation. Judge, the state is working on getting me the video from Walmart. We did speak. I apologize for my misinformation. If we could have the next pretrial, I'm sure we'll be able to work something out once we have that video.
All right, and no objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock.
Judge, my last client is Mr. Bradley Young, 20 MM 1687. I'm just awaiting the video. This is a relatively new case. If memory serves correctly, I don't even think we're past the 20 days. Well, we're a little bit past since my demand for a specific video. So if we could have the next pre-trial date, please.
All right, any objection?
Judge, no objection, Madam PD. That video has been disclosed to you this morning, so please shoot me an email, let me know whether you've received it or not.
I will do so. We'll do that.
All right, January 21st at 9 o'clock. All right, I believe we're done. Anything else to come before the court this morning?
Not at this time, Judge.
Not on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
All right, that will conclude today's pretrial conferences.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
thank you, Ms. Bonilla. Thank you, Ms. Armpriester. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.